Hey, what's good? Robert Reich is a feisty old YouTuber with almost 1 million subscribers. He teaches people about politics because he used to work in politics. This video is called The Truth Behind Self-Made Billionaires. So let's check out what Robert has to say in the matter. I'm going to keep working on this kid's book. Before we get into it, remember to go to coconutjustice.com to get you some clothes that I think it will look good on you. Let's go. All right. Let's see what the secrets behind becoming a billionaire are. Something tells me the shortcut to becoming a billionaire is go be with other billionaires and then have them hook you up with all the favors and all the things. Let's see what Robert has to say.
Self-made billionaires are a myth, just like unicorns.
Complete myth.
Self-made is a nice idea. It suggests that anybody can claw their way to the top if they're willing to work hard enough. It's
But
what
we
the
all
American
know that's
dream
lie.
is all about. If Kylie Jenner can become a self-made billionaire at age 21, so can you and I. Even as wages stay stagnant and wealth inequality grows, it's a comfort to think that we're all simply one cosmetics company and some elbow grease away from fortune. Unfortunately,
You have to have friends. This is why it's important. This is why, like, I say this on this channel all the time. When rich kids go to rich kids schools, they're building networks and they're only worried about themselves. They're not worried about poor kids. They're not worried. They're not worried about much. So it takes money to make money. And these guys are starting off with a whole bunch of money. The self-made thing is just incredibly dumb, incredibly misleading, and unfortunately, I think there's a lot of folks out there that fall for it. Let's see.
Is all it is. The origins of self-made billionaires are often depicted as a rags to riches, rise to the top fueled by nothing but personal grit and the courage to take risks, like dropping out of college or starting a business in a garage. But in reality, the origins of many billionaires aren't so humble. They're more like riches to even more riches stories.
Exactly.
Rooted in upper middle class upbringings.
Taking
How much risk
advantage
did Bill
of
Gates take on when his mother used her business connections to help Microsoft land a deal-making software for IBM? Elon Musk came from a family that reportedly owned shares in an emerald mine in Africa. Jeff Bezos' garage-based start was funded by a $250,000 investment from his parents.
must be nice.
To joining the billionaire class as remaining upper class, that's not pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. Nor is failing to pay your fair share of taxes along the way.
And I'm glad that I saw this. I have to go talk to my parents, tell them to kick it up a notch.
Along with Musk and Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, George Soros, and Carl Icahn have all gotten away with paying 0 federal income taxes some years. That's a big helping hand, courtesy of legal loopholes and American taxpayers who pick up the tab, all while our tax dollars subsidize the corporations owned by these so-called self-reliant entrepreneurs.
And then they get upset with you when you ask for help. All these rich people start their company, and the first thing they do is outsource all the work to companies overseas, and then they come back, and then they milk the government for subsidies and all that stuff. You're supposed to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, but these guys, like, look at what happened in 2008. So many banks got bailed out. Did you get bailed out? You did not. So many banks got bailed out for crashing the world economy, and 0 people went to jail. 0. You try cheating on your taxes and see how quick you get put in the clink.
Did you get a thank you card from any of them? I'm sure some didn't. Other
I didn't either, Robert.
Build their coffers off the backs of others include paying garbage wages,
Outsourcing jobs.
Abusive labor conditions.
Yep.
But portraying themselves as rugged individuals who overcame poverty or did it on their own remains an effective propaganda tool for the ultra-wealthy, one that keeps workers from rising up collectively to demand fairer wages, and one that ultimately distracts from the role that billionaires play in fostering poverty in the first place. Billionaires say their success proves they can spend money more wisely and efficiently than the government. Yet they have no problem with government spending when it comes to receiving corporate subsidies.
Exactly.
When arguing for even more tax breaks,
Exactly.
they claim each dollar the government takes from them is a dollar less for their critical role in expanding prosperity for all Americans through job creation and philanthropy. Well, that's rubbish. 50 years of tax cuts for the wealthy
Rubbish.
failed to trickle down. As a result of Trump's tax cuts, 2018 saw the 400 richest American families pay a lower tax rate than the middle class. And U.S. billionaire wealth grew by $2 trillion.
Because you can't be rich if you give it all away, whether it's taxes, whether it's giving money to the poor, whatever, all of that does not count. You cannot become a trillionaire if you're giving away all of your money. Everyone that needs help needs to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Rich people will take care of rich people. And good luck. Welcome to America. I hope you like it.
First 2 years of a pandemic that was economically catastrophic for just about everybody else.
And they're
They
still
wanna
working.
have their cake, and everyone.
And they're still working the American public. We're still paying out of control prices. And I have spoken to day traders and stuff, and they say that it's clear. Like they can actually see how all of these companies are keeping all the money for themselves, and they're paying themselves millions of dollars in bonuses, not even just like regular salary. It's not. Bonuses. Their bonuses are bigger than a lot of you guys will make in a year or 2 or 3 or 4. You get the picture.
This is cake, and eat it too. Behind every 10-figure net worth is systemic inequality, inherited wealth, labor exploitation, tax loopholes, and government subsidies. To claim these fortunes are self-made is to perpetuate a myth that blames the wealth gap on the choices of everyday Americans. Billionaires are not made by rugged individuals. They're made by policy failures and a system that rewards wealth over work.
Yep.
Know the truth.
Hell yeah. That's why I love Robert Reich. He seems like a very cool older gentleman. I would love for him to be my grandfather. But yeah, that's how they do it. The super uber rich people, they have poor people convinced that maybe one day they're going to be up there and they're going to be rich and famous and all the things. And then you realize that you are old and your time has run out and you're still making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. And now we're starting to find out that all of the work is starting to go overseas. So we're going to have to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps again, because there is no market for you and how much you cost. Here in Silicon Valley, I found out that they have contract companies for programmers and stuff, and those companies then go to overseas and they fill spots, because apparently you can get 3 programmers for the price of 1 American programmer. And so all that work goes to folks that don't live here, and then all the money that they make gets sent back home so they can take care of their family, you know? And it's not, again, you can't blame the worker. The worker goes where the jobs are. And the only people giving away jobs are the rich people, and their job is to make work happen as cheaply as possible. And if you are an American, you are not the cheapest possible solution for what rich people are trying to do with their companies. That's why I like to tell folks to work on your own thing. I am trying to create my own market with my own content, so that way I don't have to worry about going to someone to ask them for a job when they're not going to hire me anyway. I'm brown, I'm old, I'm expensive. Fill in all the excuses as to why I can't find a job, and chances are it's because I don't fall under the price of what they're looking for. And now with generative AI, like all this artwork is getting pulled away from artists and it's getting handled by computers. So now we don't even need the contractors from another place. Now we just need a computer and the ability to explain what it is that you're looking for. So if you think things are tough now, just wait. And the good thing is, billionaires are giving themselves tax breaks so they make even more money, and you get to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. I hope you learned something in this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share it with each and every one of your friends, and if you want to come hang out with me and watch videos while I work on creative projects, hit that subscribe button and then click on the little bell so every time I come out with something new, you'll be alerted. Don't forget to go to coconutjustice.com and get yourself some dope gear. And with that, I'm out.